Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's time for Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Your sound was louder than mine.
That's the first time I've successfully opened a can in a while.
It's Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. Great place to not only get yourself some awesome beer, which is our main focus on the show, but today we're going to also touch a little bit about pizza because it is Deep Dish Pizza Day, Nathan.
Yes, and I don't know what your experience with deep dish pizza is, but it was always my favorite. It's a little more decadent than your traditional pizza, in my opinion. If you're watching on video, you can see we've got deep dish pizza, and it is so much cheesier and just so much goodness.
Yeah, so I am a fan of the deep dish. Well, I guess first we could talk about the beer. I just popped from Starr Hill Snowblind, which is a Doppelbock lager. It's coming in at 7.7%, and I'll discuss. We can obviously talk about why we popped this, and I think yours is a similar theme, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the collaboration lager from Leinenkugel's. Looks like it's a collaboration with Hofbrau Munchen, 5.4% ABV. It's an amber lager with imported German malts and American hops, and well, I'm excited. Today's going to be a good day, DreZ.
You want a napkin/paper towel?
I stopped making messes years ago. We'll see what happens.
Well, one of the things that I do know about deep dishes, and just pizza in general, it's a bit greasy. So, FY.
So, okay, we'll start with this straight out the gate. Do you dab the grease off of your pizza?
Only I picked up that habit from certain pizzas. If I do it at home, like a frozen pizza, and I pull it out the oven, then I'll do that. But on normal, just like store-bought pizza like this, no, I do not do that.
I've watched my dad do it for years, and I've never been able to figure it out. Like, it was made that way for a reason.
Well, you run the risk of like it pulling off all the toppings and stuff, you know.
Exactly, cheese is sticky.
Okay.
With our mouths full.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, whenever we do the food shows, it always ends bad because I just want to eat it, especially now since I haven't had anything to eat since like my smoothie.
I was saving up for this because I knew how filling deep dish pizza can be. But
so on that, it was labeled as Detroit style deep dish. Now, I know when people think deep dish, they think Chicago, but I know that there are different variations. So, what exactly makes it a Detroit style deep dish?
So Chicago style is
it's like the sauce is on top, isn't it? Kinda?
Yeah, and that's the OG deep dish. Couldn't find one around here. I could find a Detroit style deep dish, and I'm glad you asked why it's different.
So am I, because I want you to talk a little. Tell me in depth about it while I munch down on this.
So
pizza.
the Detroit style deep dish is actually not now. I'm sure not this pizza we're eating, but when it was kind of invented or pioneered, it was baked in rectangular steel trays that were actually designed for use as automotive drip pans.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like if you're changing your oil.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's very like Detroit in heritage because the whole
The
rise
cars,
of GM and
yeah,
the
okay.
automotive industry.
I get that.
And then it's kind of, like I said, I've had far more Detroit-style deep dish pizzas in my life than I have had Chicago, which
Yes.
is a travesty.
Well, so is that really pretty much it? Just the shape? Because if that's the case, then yeah. I mean, then I love Detroit style deep dish because that's like my favorite style. Then
Well,
probably.
With Chicago, also the sauce is on top, as opposed to
Okay. So
Detroit. It goes crust sauce toppings.
have you ever been to Chicago?
I have.
Did you have Chicago?
I did
deep
not.
dish? Okay. Well,
But I also went to New York City once, and we had pizza at Sparrow's. So
Okay. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Chicago and their deep dish. So I'm not gonna claim to be an expert or anything, but the one time I have been to Chicago, we did go get deep dish 2 different places, and the one that was the big standout, big enough that I remember the name, even though it's a funny name, it's called Lou Manotti's. And I remember it because it's like Illuminati. But I think it's just like a chain up there. I know there's a few locations, but it's supposedly, legit, true deep dish style. And, dude, it's phenomenal, man. You're missing out. I can't believe you didn't do it. So the thing is with Chicago deep dish is it's not like this. It's not thick because it's a lot of bread. It's thick because it's just like
Cheese
just
toppings.
loaded up. Yeah, it's almost like it's the crust. It's probably about like that thick, but it's a lot of. It's almost more like a lasagna kind of deal because there's just a lot of that like filling and stuff. It was just phenomenal.
Do you still run into the situation, which is what I love about this, is that the outside of the crust kind of caramelizes, and it gets this really good like crisp crunch that is just packed with oil and grease and all the stuff that's bad for you.
Not only that, but that being said, I mean, with this one, there's not much in the way of actual just crust. Like the pizza pretty much goes right to the end, which I know is a lot of people appreciate that because a lot of people, and it pains me to see it, but a lot of people don't eat the crust. I like the crust. I like to dip it in the sauces or whatever. Which, by the way, I do got some ranch over here if you want ranch. Do you do ranch with pizza?
Not usually.
I usually don't.
I'm a
either.
hot sauce like on this one. I've got crushed red pepper and Italian spices.
Ooh.
And, that usually tides me over. If I find that it's not horribly saucy, I'll just throw like Frank's Red Hot sauce on there.
Hot
Give it a
sauce
nice
is
little
clutch.
kick.
I do think if you're putting a sauce on a pizza, I feel like ranch is the way to go. Ranch is solid. I know that there's like the garlic kind of butter sauce stuff which is really good for the crust, but and I do see I see you gave me a couple of these packets. I just went right for it. So maybe for the next round when I have my next slice, I'll dab it up with the Italian spices, Italian spice, and some crushed red peppers clutch. That's a good go-to.
That to me, that's kind of the staple of the pizza experience. And then maybe you have your little shaker of Parmesan, and like it's funny, the pizza for me is tied with like Friday nights in middle and high school, and just that was our Friday tradition. We'd go down to the pizza joint and get a pie, and then I'd sit there and play Galaga all evening, and that was our night.
And that's my cue to go up.
Yes.
I was hoping you would a little longer, but I'm just scarfing this down.
Last I checked, the pizza place is no longer in existence that we would go to, and the last time I was up there that it was opened, I still had the high score on Galaga.
Oh,
so I think I'm the Spatoni's Pizza reigning champ of Galaga.
Nice, man. That's pride. That's pride.
I
That's
wasted
something to
so
be-
many quarters.
Yeah. So I do thoroughly enjoy pizza, and honestly, frankly, quite possibly the best combo of all time. Pizza and beer, man. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. In fact, since I've become such a big beer fan, I don't know if I can even eat pizza without beer. Like, it almost just seems.
No, yeah, you have to.
I mean,
it's like eating Oreos without milk. What the hell are you doing?
yeah, it's like if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. So that being said, the real question is, what beer do you think pairs well or best with pizza?
So in my history, I think we kind of knocked it out of the park on that. The choice for this segment with lagers. Traditionally, I think lagers are going to be your best bet to pair with pizza because they're just so smooth and well balanced, and they don't have any overwhelming flavor profiles. And of course, I've doused my pizza in crushed red pepper flakes, so it's just balancing out the spicy and then the smoothness of the beer. So I think lagers.
I see, and it's interesting. I'm glad that you think that that's the case of why I picked the lagers. See, my thinking of it is just sort of whatever beer you don't really worry about the actual taste of the beer. You know, like I would not have pizza with like, a delicious beer from the Vale or Commonwealth or any of those beers that I'm excited to try this beer because you want to taste the beer. Because right now I can tell I still have like marinara sauce and bits of pizza and I'm drinking this beer. But the Snowblind, not a bad beer, but I've had it before. It's a lager. I'm not too worried about the actual flavor profile. That being said, I think in my mind, one of the best beer styles that goes well with pizza is like a Pilsner. Just something light, almost water-like, because you're just drinking it with your meal.
Yeah, you need
know?
it to be very middle of the road, I think. I do remember a moment where my mom once asked, because they've always had wine, and she legitimately asked the question, what wine do you pair with pizza? And I was at that point where you probably don't need to be drinking wine with pizza. That's a little too classy. Like I've never had a moment where I've been like, man, you know what, go with this pizza, a nice Pinot Grigio.
Well, the thing is like, it is Italian. So when you think about Italian, you think pizza. Or, I mean, you think wine.
So then, like, across the board, you got to go with, like, a Chianti, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose. Maybe. I don't know. I would obviously go pizza and beer.
Yeah.
That being said, you know, when you think Italian, I mean, a nice Pilsner. That's a good, like, I think the stereotypical, like, what is it, the Peroni and what are the other ones that are always at all the Italian joints? They're all Pilsners, right?
Yeah. I mean, at 100% across the board. I mean, I've not been to an Italian joint outside of the New River Valley or Northern Virginia, but yeah, you always see Pilsners.
Yeah, it seems like that's sort of the. So really, maybe we messed up. Maybe we should be drinking Pilsners. But that being said, I'm not a big Pilsner guy, so I don't really have those. But what I do have is, you know, a different style of beer. We can see how that pairs on the next one. But first, we should untap these. How are you feeling with your lager? I almost feel like it's hard to rate it because, you know, we're practically dipping our pizza in these beers.
But we're being fair because we've got the same scenario set up for the next segment. And I'm going to be real honest with you. This collaboration lager with Hofbraumunchen is it's pretty solid, coming in at 5.4% ABV, and it's smooth, it's well balanced. It pairs really well with the pizza. Again, like you said, it's not necessarily the fairest thing in the world to rate it in conjunction with the pizza, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.
Oh, all right. That's pretty solid. I don't know if I've had that one, so I'm looking forward to trying that maybe with another slice. So, Snowblind from Starr Hill, I have had that before. It's a lager that I do think I like. It's a Doppelbock, 7.7%, so it's definitely got the good ABV on there. And truth be told, the reason I picked these beers is because, I mean, obviously this is the Snowblind, so I think it's been sitting in my fridge for quite a while at this point. And I figure we should drink them on the show at least by now. And it really does work well. I mean, you can really taste the beer, which is nice. It's probably almost better than a Pilsner in that regard. Cause like I said, Pilsner is almost, you know, that's almost like drinking water in some cases, depending on which one you have. But this one, you could really taste the beer and it was nice. And it's not anything that was flavor profile, like overwhelming that would, I feel like I'm ruining and not really trying the beer. That being said, it was damn good. I don't know, maybe the pizza was just damn good too. So I'm just happy to be eating pizza. But I think it's great, man. I'll probably give it a 4.25 actually. Maybe.
There you go.
It's not. I mean, mainly because I think it's damn good. I think it's exactly what you'd want from a Doppelbock lager. And it's deep dish pizza day. That's why we're stuffing our face as well as drinking beer on Brewsday Tuesday. We'll take a break. I want to try the collaboration that you're sipping on from Leinenkugel's, and is it them and somebody?
Yeah, Hofbraumunchen.
Hofbraun, okay.
I don't know what the exact degree of the collaboration was, but it could be that because it does say imported German malts and American hops,
okay.
So they could have just provided the malt, but definitely interesting.
All right, well, we'll switch it up. We'll go from lagers to a different style of beer. And if you know anything about me and this show, you probably know where we're going to be going with this. But we'll take a quick break. We'll play a tune. We'll come back. It's Deep Dish Pizza Day right here on 105.3 The Bears, Brewsday Tuesday. Stick around.